Ever wondered why some people stay calm in chaos while others snap at the smallest setback? Why two people face the same storm, and one walks through it like it's a light drizzle? The answer isn't willpower. It's deeper, running silently beneath your awareness. Right now, as you hear my voice, there's a system inside you, quiet, relentless, shaping every reaction, every emotion, every moment you label stress. Joseph Murphy mapped its contours decades ago, and modern science is finally catching up. Your subconscious mind is the operating system writing your daily experience. Murphy called it the law of life is the law of belief, the idea that your mind accepts whatever you impress upon it without argument. Today, neuroscience shows how repeated thoughts carve neural pathways, making your dominant emotions feel inevitable. But inevitability is not destiny. Code can be rewritten. Think about this. If the subconscious writes most of your responses, then your stress isn't an accident. It's a program. That difficult boss, that tight deadline, that message you dread opening. Your conscious mind thinks it's fighting those problems, but your subconscious may already have decided how you'll feel. If you don't consciously retrain it, you'll relive the same day in different clothes. The good news? You can update the system, not with vague positivity, but with precise tools Murphy taught and that practice confirms. In this series, you'll get a complete, step-by-step blueprint to reprogram the part of your mind that never sleeps. So peace becomes your default, not your exception. This is not just a talk. It's a training. Across the next chapters, we'll walk the exact path, 10 revolutionary strategies to rewrite your mental operating system. Power Plant Understanding Subconscious 101. Discover how your subconscious functions like a 24/7 power plant, accepting the fuel of your thoughts and beliefs and generating matching experiences. You'll learn why it never argues, never rests, and how a single upgraded input can change your trajectory. The mental law of action and reaction. Every thought is an action. Every experience is a reaction. We'll map how inner images become outer realities, and how to change outcomes by changing first causes. Emotional house clearing, negative pattern reset. We'll declutter your inner rooms, surface irritations, recurring worries, and deep-rooted beliefs, so new programming actually sticks instead of being painted over mold. The mirror technique, Identity Rec-Ode, a practical ritual that multiplies the power of affirmation by anchoring it in self-image. We'll use eye contact with yourself to upgrade who you believe you are. Scientific prayer and precision affirmations. Not begging, not blind repetition. A 5-phase method, relaxation, recognition, declaration, feeling, release, to impress new patterns on the subconscious with surgical accuracy. The sleep method, nightly reprogramming. Use the most receptive brain states before and during sleep to plant instructions that your subconscious executes while you rest. The forgiveness formula, unblocking the circuit. Stress often recycles through unhealed resentment. We'll dissolve energetic knots so your new code can run at full power. Visualization, the mental movie method. Build multisensory future memories that your nervous system treats as real, so your behavior and opportunities align automatically. The law of substitution, instant state shift. You can't delete a thought, you replace it. You'll learn fast switches that swap stress frequencies for calm in seconds. The daily mental diet, protect the gains. A practical plan to curate your inputs. News, social feeds, conversations, so your subconscious is consistently nourished, not poisoned. This isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about recalibrating the generator behind your reactions. When you shift the generator, emails sound different, deadlines feel different, your body responds differently. You don't force calm, you become calm. Micro-exercise. Do it now, 60 seconds. Breathe in for 4, hold 4, out for 6. Whisper, I choose the program. The program doesn't choose me. Picture a dim control room inside your chest. See one switch labeled stress default. Flip it down. See another labeled calm authority. Flip it up. Notice the first small shift. That sensation is your leverage point. In the next chapter, we step into the control room for real. You'll see how the power plant was wired, and how to feed it new fuel so it lights your life with clarity, confidence, and peace. If you're ready to stop replaying yesterday's reactions and start designing tomorrow's reality, stay with me. By the end of the series, you won't just manage stress. You'll master the system that creates it. Imagine your mind as a vast pond. Every thought you drop into it, no matter how small, creates ripples that shape your experiences. Joseph Murphy called this the mental law of action and reaction, a principle as precise as Newton's third law in physics. For every mental action, there is an equal and opposite reaction in your life. This isn't mystical, it's the operating code of your subconscious. Think about a time you dreaded a meeting. You rehearsed stressful scenarios, imagined conflict, and braced yourself. By the time you walked in, your body was already tense, your mind defensive, and the meeting unfolded exactly as you feared. That wasn't coincidence, it was programming. Your subconscious took your thoughts as commands, creating conditions to fulfill them. It doesn't distinguish between imagined and real, it simply obeys. The process unfolds in 3 stages. First, a mental impression. The thought you feed your mind carries an emotional charge and leaves its imprint. Second, subconscious processing. Behind the scenes, your mind starts arranging circumstances, influencing behavior, and attracting matching experiences. Third, physical manifestation. What began as thought crystallizes into reality. The reaction always mirrors the action. Emotions accelerate this process. Fearful thoughts act like dropping a boulder instead of a pebble. The ripples are stronger, deeper, and faster. On the other hand, thoughts infused with peace, gratitude, or joy carry a frequency that draws calm experiences back to you. This is why some people spiral deeper into stress, while others bounce back. The difference isn't external, it's the internal law in action. Right now, consider this. Every stress you felt was not random. It was a reaction to a thought you entertained. That doesn't mean you're to blame, it means you're more powerful than you realize. If thought created it, thought can change it. Your subconscious mind says yes to whatever you believe. Tell yourself, this is too much, and your mind proves you right. Tell yourself, I can handle this with calm, and you plant a new seed that must grow. Here's a simple exercise. Think of one recurring stressful thought you've had recently. Maybe it's about money, health, or relationships. Notice how your body reacts the moment you recall it. That is the ripple. Now pause, breathe, and deliberately choose a replacement thought. I am capable. I am guided. Peace flows through me. Feel the shift, however small. That's the law of action and reaction turning in your favor. This principle never switches off. It is active as you watch this, as you sleep, as you wake tomorrow. The question is not whether it's working. The question is whether you're using it consciously to create what you want, or unconsciously to create what you fear. Every thought is a cause, every experience a result. When you understand this, stress transforms from an enemy to a signal. It tells you what kind of thoughts you've been entertaining. Change the action and the reaction must follow. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper. You'll see how your mind holds rooms of old patterns, fearful, cluttered, outdated, and how to clear them once and for all. Because if you try to install new programming on a system still clogged with old files, it will always crash. Before you can build a penthouse of peace, you must first clean the basement of your emotional house. Picture your mind as a grand house, each room holding a set of emotions, memories, and habits. For most people, the basement is where they spend their time, cluttered with fears, resentments, and limiting beliefs. They keep trying to paint the walls with affirmations or light incense of positivity, but the basement remains damp and heavy. Until the old clutter is cleared, new growth struggles to last. This is why Joseph Murphy emphasized the importance of emotional house cleaning. Stress patterns aren't just thoughts floating in your head. They're like furniture you keep bumping into year after year. Old arguments replay in your subconscious. Childhood fears echo in new situations. Limiting beliefs whisper beneath your daily choices. You may consciously want peace, but unconsciously, you keep walking into a room stacked with boxes labeled fear, doubt, and unworthiness. There are 3 levels of this clutter. On the surface are daily irritations, traffic jams, missed deadlines, careless words. Beneath that are recurring worries, money fears, health concerns, relationship doubts that replay like broken records. At the deepest level lie the core imprints, traumas, judgments, inherited beliefs that built the very foundation of your emotional house. Without clearing them, you're decorating over mold. With clearing, you create space for light, air, and new patterns to settle in. Here's the first step: awareness. Pause and notice which rooms you keep revisiting. Is it the worry room, where anxiety hums like a refrigerator in the background? Is it the anger room, where old grievances sit in piles? Or is it the doubt room, where every dream feels too heavy to lift? Naming the room is like switching on a light you can't clean in the dark. Next comes release. One simple practice is the writing ritual. Take a page and let every recurring thought spill out without censoring. When you're done, read it once, then destroy the page. Burn it, tear it, shred it. This isn't just symbolic. It tells your subconscious, this energy is no longer stored here. Each act of letting go creates space. Finally comes replacement. The mind hates a vacuum. If you clear the clutter without adding new furnishings, the old will sneak back in. Choose one positive thought, one truth that feels empowering, and install it like a new painting on a fresh wall. It might be as simple as I am safe, or I choose peace. Revisit it daily until it feels at home. Neuroscience confirms what Murphy intuited. The brain is plastic, always rewiring. Every time you replace a thought, you carve a new pathway. Every time you release old clutter, you weaken the neural circuit that held stress. Your emotional house is not fixed. It can be renovated, rebuilt, and redesigned. Try this quick exercise now. Close your eyes. Imagine walking through your emotional house. Step into one cluttered room. Open the windows. See light pour in. Imagine carrying out a box labeled with your recurring stress and placing it outside. Then picture hanging a new frame on the wall. A word, an image, a memory that sparks calm. Stand in the freshened room and breathe. This is the beginning of emotional house cleaning. Each time you do it, the basement grows lighter and the penthouse of peace comes closer. In the next chapter, we'll discover how to anchor this renewal with the mirror, how looking at your own reflection can become a powerful doorway into subconscious transformation. Every day you glance at a mirror, often without realizing how much power it holds. You check your hair, your clothes, maybe catch yourself frowning, but rarely do you consider the mirror as a tool for transformation. Joseph Murphy revealed that your reflection isn't just showing your surface. It's feeding instructions directly into your subconscious mind. The mirror technique is one of the fastest ways to change how you see yourself, and by extension, how life responds to you. Think of it like this: your subconscious mind is always listening, but it responds with special intensity when you speak while looking into your own eyes. Mirrors bypass much of the doubt and resistance that comes with ordinary affirmations. When you stare into your reflection, your words carry weight. They become more than thoughts, they become identity. Most people unknowingly use mirrors against themselves. They criticize their face, rehearse stress, or replay painful memories while looking at their reflection. Each of those moments is subconscious programming in action, writing more of the same script. But when you turn the mirror into a deliberate practice, you flip the process. You stop reinforcing old programming and begin creating a new one. Here's how to try it now. Stand in front of a mirror, soften your shoulders, and make gentle eye contact with yourself. Take a slow breath, then speak clearly. I am the power that transforms my reality. Peace flows through me now. Don't rush the words. Feel them as if they were already true. Hold your gaze for a few seconds after speaking. That lingering silence is where the new program starts to take root. At first, you might feel discomfort. Resistance is natural. It's the old programming trying to hold its ground. Stay with it. With each repetition, the discomfort fades and a new emotional anchor forms. Soon the mirror stops being just glass. It becomes a portal, reflecting back not who you think you are, but who you are becoming. Murphy's insight was simple but profound. What you repeatedly impress upon the subconscious becomes reality. The mirror amplifies that impression. Every time you stand before it with intention, you strengthen new circuits in your brain, rewiring your default self-image. And because your self-image is the command center for your behavior and emotions, stress starts to dissolve at its root. This is why the mirror technique isn't just an exercise. It's a reset button. Used daily, it can clear the residue of old programming and install fresh patterns of confidence, calm, and strength. Imagine beginning and ending each day by programming yourself at the deepest level. That is the true power of reflection. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into how to speak directly to your subconscious without resistance, using a method Murphy called scientific prayer. This isn't begging or blind repetition. It's a precise formula for impressing new truths so deeply that your subconscious has no choice but to obey. What comes to mind when you hear the word prayer? For many, it's the image of pleading with some distant power, hoping to be heard. But Joseph Murphy uncovered something radically different. He called it scientific prayer. This wasn't about begging for change. It was about commanding your subconscious mind with clarity, precision, and faith. The truth is, every affirmation you speak is a kind of prayer. Yet most fail because they are spoken mechanically, without emotion, or while still clinging to doubt. The subconscious isn't moved by empty words. It is moved by impressions charged with belief and feeling. That's why repeating, "I am calm," while feeling anxious often backfires. You impress the anxiety more than the words. Scientific prayer follows a clear sequence, much like a scientific formula. It begins with relaxation. When your body softens and your mind quiets, the subconscious becomes receptive. Then comes recognition, acknowledging that the power to change isn't out there somewhere. It's already within you, connected to universal intelligence. Next is declaration, where you speak your chosen truth in the present tense, as if it already exists. This is followed by feeling, emotionally inhabiting the state you are declaring. Finally, release, letting go, trusting that the seed you've planted will grow without constant digging. Let's walk through a short version right now. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow breaths. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Whisper to yourself, "I am one with infinite intelligence. Peace flows through me now. Every cell in my body radiates calm." As you say these words, feel the sensation of peace as if it's already filling you. Then stop. Let the words go. Allow your subconscious to carry them deeper, beyond your conscious control. Murphy emphasized that belief is the key ingredient. The subconscious accepts whatever you consistently impress with conviction, whether it's fear or faith. Scientific prayer trains you to choose faith deliberately, to claim what you want as if it were already yours. This practice is powerful because it bypasses struggle. Instead of wrestling with stress or trying to force positivity, you plant new patterns directly into the soil of the subconscious. Over time, these seeds sprout into habits, reactions, and experiences that match the image you've impressed. Every word becomes a command, every feeling a blueprint, and the more consistently you practice, the more natural it becomes. Just as physical exercise strengthens muscles, scientific prayer strengthens your mental circuits of peace, confidence, and resilience. In the next chapter, we'll take this deeper into the hours when your mind is most open, sleep. You'll learn how to program your subconscious during rest, turning your nights into the most powerful training ground for transformation. Most people think of sleep as a time when the mind shuts down, but Joseph Murphy revealed the opposite. While your body rests, your subconscious works tirelessly. It never sleeps, never stops processing, and never stops accepting impressions. The moments just before you drift off are among the most powerful of your entire day. In those minutes, your conscious resistance fades, and your subconscious stands wide open, ready to be programmed. The problem is that many people unknowingly use this time against themselves. They replay stressful conversations, worry about tomorrow, or dwell on regrets. These impressions are the last commands the subconscious receives before taking over for the night. No wonder so many wake up anxious, drained, or already behind. They ran stress programs all night long. Murphy's sleep method flips this cycle. Instead of unconsciously feeding stress, you plant seeds of peace and success deliberately. The process is simple. As you lie down, relax your body completely. Breathe slowly, feel your muscles release, and let tension drain away. Then, As your mind begins to drift, whisper a chosen declaration in the present tense. It might be, I sleep in perfect peace. My body restores itself completely. I wake refreshed, calm, and strong. The key is not force, but ease. You speak it softly with emotion, as if describing a truth that already exists. Your subconscious responds most strongly to images, so pair your words with a visualization. See yourself rising in the morning energized and smiling, feeling clarity in your mind and lightness in your body. Let the picture play like a short film. As you sink deeper into sleep, carry the feeling with you. Your subconscious will work all night to make that image your reality. Think of it as leaving instructions with a master craftsman. You don't stand over their shoulder while they work. You give clear directions, then trust the process. In the same way, once you've impressed your subconscious with your nightly declaration, release it. Don't wonder whether it's working. Let the seed grow in silence. Every night is an opportunity. You can either replay the old program of stress or install a new program of calm and confidence. Over days and weeks, these nightly seeds accumulate, reshaping the default patterns of your mind. Worry weakens. Stress loses its grip. Peace begins to feel natural. Tonight, as you lie in bed, remember, your mind is listening. Choose carefully the last thought you feed it, because it will echo through your entire night and shape your tomorrow. In the next chapter, we'll explore another powerful reset, the forgiveness formula. Because sometimes what keeps the subconscious stuck isn't just stress about the future, but chains from the past. And until those chains are released, true freedom remains out of reach. Some of the heaviest burdens you carry don't weigh on your shoulders or your back. They live in your mind. Old resentments, betrayals, regrets, and wounds act like invisible anchors, keeping your subconscious tethered to stress no matter how much positive thinking you practice. Joseph Murphy taught that forgiveness is not about excusing the past, but about freeing yourself from its grip. He called it a formula because forgiveness follows a process, one that releases blocked energy and restores your subconscious to peace. Think about how often your mind replays the same memory. The person who hurt you, the mistake you made, the unfair situation you never asked for. Each replay isn't harmless. It's an instruction to your subconscious to keep generating the same emotions of anger, fear, or sadness. You may consciously want peace, but unconsciously you're still feeding the power plant with the fuel of pain. The forgiveness formula changes that. It begins with acknowledgement. You don't deny or suppress what happened. You admit it honestly. This hurt me. This wounded me. This mattered. The subconscious responds to truth, not denial. Next comes separation. You visualize the event as something outside of you, no longer fused with your identity. Imagine placing it in a box, or seeing it as a cloud drifting away. You are not the memory. You are the awareness holding it. Then comes compassion. First, for yourself, recognizing that carrying resentment is not weakness, it's a natural response. But also compassion for others, not because their actions were justified, but because they too were acting from their own unhealed wounds. This step doesn't excuse, it liberates. Finally, comes release. Through a ritual. Writing the hurt on paper and tearing it, speaking words of letting go in front of a mirror, or simply breathing it out. You symbolically dissolve the energy. What remains is space. The subconscious doesn't like emptiness, so you must replace what you've released. This is the reprogramming stage. Speak affirmations like, I am free, I am whole, my peace is greater than my past. These words take root in the soil that forgiveness has cleared. Neuroscience confirms what Murphy knew intuitively. Forgiveness rewires the brain, reducing stress hormones, restoring balance, and creating circuits of resilience. Right now, try a simple version. Close your eyes. Picture someone or something you've been holding on to. See it as an object in your hands. Whisper, I release you. I choose peace. Then imagine opening your hands and watching it dissolve into light. Feel the weight lifting. That's not imagination. It's energy unbinding itself. Forgiveness is not a gift to the past. It's a gift to your present. Each time you practice it, you reclaim energy once trapped in resentment and redirect it toward creation. With forgiveness, the subconscious is free to generate new patterns unblocked by yesterday's chains. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to direct that freed energy with precision through visualization, the mental movie method. You'll learn how to craft inner experiences so vivid that your subconscious begins to treat them as reality, pulling your future into the present. Close your eyes and imagine you're sitting in a theater. The lights dim, the screen comes alive, and what you see playing is not someone else's story. It's your future. This is visualization, the mental movie method. Murphy taught that your subconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Neuroscience now proves it. The same circuits fire in your brain whether you're lifting a weight or imagining yourself lifting it. Every mental rehearsal is programming, writing new code into your system. The problem is, most people visualize unconsciously. They replay the film of worry, seeing things go wrong, hearing arguments before they happen, feeling failure in advance. Their subconscious dutifully records these movies and acts them out. The key is to flip the reel. Instead of feeding stress, you deliberately project peace, success, and confidence onto your inner screen. Start simple. Pick one situation that usually stresses you. Maybe it's speaking in front of others, a meeting with your boss, or a difficult conversation. Close your eyes and imagine it unfolding with total calm. See the details, the room, the faces, the sounds. Then shift the script. See yourself standing tall, speaking clearly, breathing steadily. Hear the sound of your own confident voice. Feel the relaxation in your body. End the movie with a positive outcome. The meeting ending smoothly, the conversation resolving peacefully. Engage all your senses. Smell the air in the room. Feel the texture of the chair. Hear the tone of your words. The more vivid, the more your subconscious accepts it as truth. Pair the imagery with emotion. Gratitude, joy, or relief amplify the signal, convincing your subconscious that this scene is real and worth reproducing. Athletes, musicians, and leaders have used this technique for decades. A basketball player visualizes making free throws and his accuracy improves. A musician rehearses in the mind and her performance sharpens. The subconscious does not discriminate between practice and reality. It simply strengthens the pathways you repeat. Right now, try a short sequence. Picture tomorrow morning. Instead of waking with stress, see yourself rising with a clear mind, stretching with ease, smiling without effort. Feel how light it is to move through your day that way. Carry that feeling for just 30 seconds, and you've already planted a seed. Repeat it nightly, and your subconscious will begin arranging your reality to match. Visualization is not fantasy. It's rehearsal for the life you want to live. Each mental movie you play is a blueprint, a broadcast sent into your nervous system and beyond. Direct the reel, and the show of your life begins to change. In the next chapter, we'll explore the law of substitution, the art of switching channels in your mind instantly. Because while visualization sets the long-term stage, substitution gives you a tool to flip stress into peace in real time. Stress has a way of grabbing hold and convincing you it's the only channel playing in your mind. But Joseph Murphy described a simple yet powerful principle, the law of substitution. The idea is that you cannot simply erase a thought, you must replace it. The mind abhors a vacuum. Try not to think of something, and the very effort strengthens it. But give your mind a new thought to hold, and the old one dissolves naturally. Think of your mind like a radio. Stress and peace are two different frequencies. You can't listen to both at once, and you can't silence the radio completely. What you can do is change the station. That's substitution. Whenever you feel anxiety rising, you introduce a counterthought that shifts your frequency. Worry about failure can be replaced with an affirmation of confidence. Anger can be swapped with compassion. Fear with gratitude. It sounds simple, but the subconscious responds with remarkable speed when you apply it consistently. Each substitution weakens the old circuit and strengthens the new. Over time, the stress response itself becomes rewired, until peace is the automatic reaction instead. Here's a practical way to try it. The next time your mind says, "I can't handle this," don't fight the thought. Instead, gently introduce a new one. "I am guided. I am capable. I am calm." Don't argue with the old station. Just switch to a new frequency. Pair it with a breath, a visual image, or even a memory of a peaceful place. Your body will begin to follow. At first, you may have to switch stations a dozen times in an hour. That's normal. But with practice, your subconscious learns the new default. Stress begins to fade because peace is no longer forced, it becomes familiar. The law of substitution empowers you to remember that you're never trapped by a thought. You always have the power to choose a better one. In the next chapter, we'll bring everything together with the daily mental diet. Because what you feed your subconscious each day determines whether you're reinforcing stress or nourishing peace. And just like your body, your mind becomes what it consumes. Every day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, your subconscious is being fed. Social media posts, news headlines, conversations, even the words you whisper to yourself. All of it becomes mental nutrition. Joseph Murphy called this your daily mental diet. Just as your body is shaped by the food you eat, your subconscious is shaped by the thoughts and impressions you consume. If the diet is toxic, stress becomes inevitable. If it's nourishing, peace and confidence become natural. Most people never filter what enters their mind. They scroll endlessly, soak up negativity, replay arguments, and wonder why they feel heavy. The subconscious accepts every impression without judgment. It doesn't ask, "Is this true?" or "Is this helpful?" It simply stores the fuel and runs on it. That's why being deliberate about your mental diet isn't optional. It's survival. Imagine you're training for a marathon. You wouldn't fuel your body with junk and expect peak performance. Yet many try to live their best lives while feeding their subconscious a steady stream of stress. A proper mental diet means consciously choosing what you allow in. Uplifting books, inspiring talks, positive conversations, gratitude practices. These are mental superfoods. They fortify your inner world, making peace your baseline. A daily mental diet also requires detox. Just as you would cut sugar or toxins from a physical diet, you must reduce exposure to negativity. Limit the time you spend on draining content. Step back from conversations that spiral into complaint. Notice your own self-talk and replace harsh inner words with supportive ones. Each act of mental cleansing clears the way for clarity and strength. Here's a simple practice. Every morning, choose one empowering thought to carry into the day, like, "I am calm and capable," or "Peace is my natural state." Throughout the day, when stress tries to creep in, return to that phrase as if it were your anchor. At night, review the inputs you consumed. Ask yourself, did my mental diet today nourish me or drain me? Adjust accordingly. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. The more consistent you are, the more your subconscious reshapes itself to reflect what you've been feeding it. Stress loses its grip because it no longer has fuel. Peace becomes your new nutrition, energizing every thought, every action, every interaction. And so the journey comes full circle. You've discovered your subconscious as the power plant of your life, learned the law of action and reaction, cleared your emotional house, practiced mirror work, impressed truths through scientific prayer, programmed during sleep, released through forgiveness, designed new realities with visualization, shifted instantly with substitution, and now nourished your mind daily. Your subconscious is the most powerful technology you will ever own. Direct it, feed it, and honor it, and it will create a reality brighter than anything you've known. The program is yours to write. The power plant is yours to fuel. Peace is not a distant dream. It's the natural state waiting beneath the noise. Your journey to unlimited potential begins every single day with what you choose to think.